I have the honor of introducing our second student speaker, Juweria Mehtar. Not unlike Samuel, yeah, you can applaud. Not unlike Samuel, Juweria personifies making the most of the college experience, not just in the classroom, although she has earned a psychology degree and a sociology degree, two majors she will continue to pursue at either UC Berkeley or UCLA. Now earlier I asked her, have you really not decided? And she says, I haven't. So then I asked her, would you like some help? And she said, sure. So if you think Juweria should go to UCLA, make some noise. And if you think she should go to Cal, make some noise. All right, so as I was saying, two majors she will continue to pursue at UC Berkeley with the intent of completing her master's in social work and then becoming a licensed clinical social worker. But she also has been an active and important participant and leader outside of the classroom. In fact, Juweria is the definition of a leader. In addition to speaking 4 languages and being actively engaged in leadership programs at Tam High School, since arriving at College of Marin, she has served as the president of the college's Model United Nations. Yeah. She's a board member on the Marin chapter of the United Nations Association. She has been the vice president of Alpha Gamma Sigma Honor Society. She served as a student ambassador. She is an advocate for survivors of domestic abuse at the Center for Domestic Peace. And I could keep going and going, but instead, let's actually hear from this amazing leader herself. It's my pleasure to introduce Juweria Mehtar.
Graduates, transfers, friends, family, welcome. Y'all excited? Yeah. On the first day of our race and ethnicity class, Marco Gonzalez, yeah, shout out. Marco Gonzalez told us that we were insignificant. That there was so much to learn in the world, so much that we could never possibly understand, and that inevitably made us insignificant. Always keeping it real with us, Marco never shies away from reality, and I'm eternally grateful to him for that. Being told that you're insignificant and will never know enough is a scary prospect to many, and honestly, it was for me too. But through my education here at College of Marin, both within the classroom and outside, I've come to realize the value of such an unknown. When we have the courage to recognize that there is always something new to learn, we automatically open ourselves up and are able to take in more knowledge. I could stand up here and tell you all to follow your dreams or to never bow your head down. But instead, what I will tell you is that you should seek out the unknown. Acknowledge your blind spots. Give yourself the room to be wrong and for someone else to be right. Then learn from that person. I say all this because I've realized there's so much more to find when we let our egos aside, seize every moment as a learning opportunity, and not constrict ourselves under the guise of being an expert. This is exactly what College of Marin has been for me. The place which has pushed me to take responsibility for what I do not know and learn those things, while also taking claim of what I do know and sharing that knowledge. And whether I realized it then or not, when I first came here, I too was in the unknown. I knew I wanted to major in psychology, but I didn't really know what that meant for me in terms of a career. I knew I wanted to go to a 4-year as soon as possible, but I didn't really understand why. Was it because everyone told me how prestigious Berkeley was? Or because everyone is obsessed with the idea of being at Cal Poly? Or was it because I truly liked and valued the program at UCLA? Falling into the community college stigma, I did not want to be here my first semester. I was fighting hard to make it out as soon as possible. But as I'm coming to the end of this amazing journey, I realized that if I had ended up anywhere other than College of Marin, I would not have been able to grow in the ways that I've gotten to here. College of Marin has shown me that ultimately, life is much more than that school name on the top of your diploma. It's about the lessons you learn, the personality you develop, the stories you share, and the lives that you touch. With the extracurriculars I involved myself with, I began to feel my impact in the everyday interactions I was having under those roles while honing in on my leadership skill, all within a community that is truly unique. I have found my voice here and have recognized the space that I'm meant to take up in this world. My grandparents, born and raised in Myanmar, were forced to flee as refugees to India with their 3 young children and start their lives over with great difficulty and economic strife. The struggles that came from this and the tremendous losses faced has been a part of my family narrative for as long as I can remember. And as an immigrant to the US myself, I could see my grandparents' story unfold before my eyes once again because of the way that immigrants and refugees are being treated under this current administration. Given my background, that felt deeply personal to me. So I was prompted to single-handedly hold an event here on campus where I brought a panel of community leaders and activists for immigrant and refugee rights to shed light on aspects of the issue that we overlook. I truly believe that it is when we are able to understand one another's stories and learn to empathize with one another that we can move forward as a collective society, which is for all people, the way that it should be. It's unknowns like this that we must embrace and push ourselves to erase from our blind spots. As I transfer to my next school, apparently Berkeley, I understand that what really matters to me is how much of an opportunity I will have to get involved in social justice causes while serving other people in their attempts to better their lives. And I could not have clarified any of this without all my professors and mentors supporting me wholeheartedly, such as Susan Rahman and Anna Pillatin, who showed me that learning is much more than what goes on inside that classroom. That is what all our educations should be about. Not how many courses we can get an A in, but rather how our college journey is shaping us to be the kinds of individuals and citizens we want to be in this world. What are we learning here that we can take back to our own communities, our families, our people, to raise them up? I recently came across an article by Rachel Remen titled "Helping, Fixing, or Serving," in which she says that when you help, you see life as weak. When you fix, you see life as broken. But when you serve, you see life as whole. And that is what makes helping and fixing the work of the ego, whereas serving is the work of the soul. This is what I see our educations as being for us. Not about what we can gain out of it for ourselves, but rather what can we learn to give back out in the world? What can we accomplish that will feed our soul and the souls of others? Class of 2019, I urge you all to find this within your own journeys and see yourselves as part of the larger picture of this world, and think about how you want to add your brushstroke to that picture. We have accomplished so much during our time here at College of Marin that we should be proud of, and now we approach more exciting times where we get to seize the unknown and uncover it bit by bit, where we get to understand what service we are meant to be of to this world and what space it is that we are meant to claim. I wish you all the very best with this coming journey. Congratulations, class of 2019.